Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Star Flames, and we're back with another video. In this video, we're gonna talk about Daphne Joy, 50 Cent baby mama, taking the stand again today to continue with her testimony against Sean Diddy Combs in the high-profile trial. Now, yesterday I did a video saying that everything about this Jane Doe person because she's testifying under the pseudonym Jane Doe. And I said everything about her screams Daphne Joy. Now, there were a few people asking me how it is that I know that it is 50 Cent's baby mama, Daphne Joy. In that video, I also said that she mentioned that her baby daddy is not fond of Diddy. Now, not only that, she emphasized that each time she would go with Diddy, her child is taken care of. And she did that so as to kind of shield 50 Cent from coming at her. If you guys remember, the Little Rod lawsuit also detailed some of what Daphne Joy testified yesterday as Jane Doe. So all the dots are there to simply connect her to all of these statements. There are quite a few things that you can use to know that it is in fact Daphne Joy. Now also, I was able to find the tweet that she spoke about in her testimony. She was asked if she ever spoke about Diddy, and she basically said no, she never spoke about him except for social media. She made a post back in 2021 saying her favorite person. I was able to find that post because it was shared by the Shade Room, and I'm going to include that for you guys as supporting evidence. So I don't know what else you guys need to know that this is Daphne Joy, but it is her left, right, and center. I don't know why she's even trying to camouflage herself because everything points to her at this point in time. Anywho, she's entitled to her self-protection, and maybe this is what she needs to do for her sake. Now, day 2. She's testifying that she carried the drugs across a state line for Diddy on 2 occasions, both from Los Angeles to Miami. She said she and Diddy used the ecstasy together both times. As you guys can remember, yesterday she said that she was given ecstasy the first time, and when she got up to walk, she basically fell. They took her to a room, and Christina Caron put her in the shower. Now, this Diddy trial is so questionable because I'm wondering why haven't they pulled Christina Caron's entire phone records, files, text messages, emails? Why isn't she being investigated as well? So that is just a major concern in my opinion at this point in time. But it is possible that eventually she may be held accountable for her part in this ring because they're now officially in RICO territory. Now, day 2, Jane testified that she felt that she couldn't tell Diddy no because she would get agitated. The prosecution inquired about how intercourse with her and the entertainer would end. Jane said the entertainer would ejaculate on her and she would not clean it up. Instead, she'd have sex with Diddy right after. When asked why she didn't clean up the semen, Jane said, and Cassie said the same thing. She said Sean liked it. He liked to play around with it. Remember, Cassie gave the same testimony. So this is how you know that Diddy is just into men, and he uses women because he's like that hypersexual male. He uses women in a sense to just play along it to try and cover up some things. And this is why his sexual needs seems to be so never ending because he's not being his true authentic self. But I do believe that his sexual needs were more satisfied with Young Miami. I'm going to explain the reason for that in another video. Now they're saying Jane sobbed while she described these hotel nights. She told prosecutors the hotel nights, sexual encounters, previously referred to as freak-offs during Cassie's testimony, would include multiple rounds of sex with a male entertainer. Jane said she wanted to stop the hotel night. She would use excuses and subtle cues, like being tired or hungry, but Diddy would encourage her to keep going, saying, "You're not getting tired of me, are you? Let's finish strong." Jane testified Diddy would give her ecstasy to keep her awake and have sex with the entertainer. My God, these women were literally sex slaves for this man. Prosecutor asked Jane if the hotel nights were work for her. Jane replied, "It was work from start to finish." She testified she tried to speed things up with the entertainer by doing quick foreplay and taking them into the room, but Diddy would tell her to slow it down. As for the specific words he used, Jane said he'd say, "I'm not ready to see that yet." So Diddy has some tapes on her as well. And these tapes are going to get out one day, maybe not now, but I do believe that these tapes will slowly but surely get out. These things, I don't see them ending even after this case has ended. Now they're saying, in one text message presented into evidence, Jane told Diddy she didn't want to participate in hotel nights anymore, but felt it was the only reason Diddy was paying for her house. She said she was confusing Diddy's lust for her as love, the text read. Jane, "I'm so much more than being left in the dark of a hotel room. My heart is breaking. I don't want to play this role in your life anymore. It's dark, sleazy, and makes me feel disgusted with myself. It's the only reason you have me around and why you pay for my house. I don't want to feel obligated to perform and fear losing you. I just want to talk like adults and figure where we're going from here." Girl, you ain't going nowhere. The man is gay, honey. Now, Jane testified that during hotel nights, there were multiple drugs in the room, including ecstasy, Molly, cocaine, and pink powder. She said Diddy gave her drugs and she felt she had to take them in order to make the nights easier. She said when she didn't take the drugs, it would just feel too real. Jane said she attempted 2 hotel nights with her drugs. The first time she didn't like it. The fantasy wasn't there. It was too real. It wasn't easy. So she asked Diddy for a pill. Jane said she felt much better after taking it. The second time, Jane said she was concerned Diddy was taking too many pills and she wanted him to get sober. He said he would do 30 days without drugs after that hotel night, which lasted 18 hours. 18 hours. Now they're saying Jane spoke about the first male entertainer she booked, a man named Sly Williams. Jane said she referred to him as a chef because he had a passion for cooking. Jane testified she reached out to Chef via Instagram and they later spoke on FaceTime with Diddy. Jane said the FaceTime call got hot and steamy and she asked him to show his genitals on the call. Jane said she was mirroring the call from her phone to Diddy's television. Jane testified she booked Chef's flight from Atlanta to Los Angeles and Diddy paid her back. Jane said she threw up after having intercourse with 2 male entertainers that night. Jane told Diddy she threw up and he replied, "That's good. Now you're ready for the third guy. He's here." Oh my God. Jesus. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. The attorney then asks, "How do you feel?" Jane, "I was disgusted. I was repulsed. I was too mad at myself. I was mad I had let myself get into this." Oh my God. Oh my God. So he basically liked people playing out these porn scenes. And after this young lady tell me that, said that, not me, sorry, after that young lady basically told him that she threw up, He was like, good, you're now ready for the third. Oh my God. Like, oh my God. And these women thought that this kind of money was that was not compensation. Diddy can never ever compensate these women for those things. And these are just tricks, psychological abuse and manipulation. And people would say, oh, but she came, so she enjoyed it. And what's the problem? The problem is that women often think that men can be saved. And whenever us as women see horrible things, you know, that we think is not right, we always want to stick around to save those people. But we always should remember that it is important. It's a necessity that we save ourselves first, because oftentimes these people like Diddy, they don't want to be saved. You are just a little mouse in their little trap game. And Daphne Joy had to wake up and realize that. I'm so sorry that these things happen to these girls, but I'm happy that their stories are getting out so that other women who are in these things can get out. And this is why they have a human trafficking ring, because this is what they do to the girls and boys who are slaves in these rings. But I do hope that we continue to look out for each other as human beings, not just women, but men too as well. Please protect women every and anywhere that you can. Now, I'm not saying that it's not okay for people to have their desires and their fantasies, because it's okay to have your desires and fantasies. But I also believe that it's even more important for you to be transparent about them and not trick a woman under the guise of you're my girlfriend when you know that she's just your sex slave and you're going to use mind control on her consistently. I can't imagine how these women are doing. And I know that even though these women may go on to live, they're going to have a trauma from dealing with these things. But anywho, guys, it is your time to chime in. Diddy's world is one that is fueled by the acts of the devil consistently. That's all. Consistent devil work. But anywho, guys, leave a comment below. Do all you need to do on this video to support your girl. Peace.